So hello there. I just wanted to make a quick video. I won't keep it for long, or maybe a bit longer. I'm going to play a clip at the end. But I just wanted to make another follow-up video about this topic of the cloning centers. And for anybody who thinks this topic is absurd, I guess just turn the video off now, right? Watch something else that I made. But at the same time, I want to give another olive branch to Aldo. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And it upsets me that so many people like him are getting sucked into Donald's Trojan horse. But as far as Donald Marshall's cult, a lot of those guys hate me. And I mean, hate me. But whatever. I love making people who already hate me even more. You know, I almost prefer to be hated. At least you know where you stand with those people. You know, betrayal never comes from your enemies. But at the same time, I also want to say my little prayer that I always say, you know, may Yeshua, Jesus the Son, and Yahuwah, God the Father in heaven, please protect us from night terrors, sleep paralysis, evils like succubi or incubi, much less from REM downloading, astral attackers, forced astral travel, and lucid dream travel. And on a different topic, Aldo had drawn this picture when he was younger. I don't know what it's supposed to be of, like Lucifer chained up like Azazel, or like all those Egyptian gods that were chained up and sentenced in the book of Enoch. But he had some writing on the top of it that he blotted out, and I just thought I'd do him a solid, and I fixed the top of the image, and I took out the blotch, and I fixed the image up so it's just the picture, not the words. So if Aldo ends up seeing this, just take a screen capture, and there you go, you got it. But yeah, so basically, this is a shout out to Aldo, the voice crying from the deep underground. I think he's a decent enough guy. I have no beef with him. My beef was with Donald. And I mean, I got legitimate beef with the guy. He picked a fight with me. I didn't pick the fight with him. But at the same time, I pray for him to repent if he actually truly is still Donald Marshall, which some people think he's been replaced. And so as I go through my slides here, in one of my more recent videos, I had somebody comment in asking, didn't Donald accuse Aldo of being an agent or something? And I guess this might be in response to the fact that Aldo hasn't made a video in months. And I responded back, Donald accused Aldo recently or years ago? I know they were beefing a few years ago when I first started talking to Aldo on the phone, on the Skype video calling with Facebook. But then when Donald saw us talking, he suddenly invited Aldo back into the cloning center circle, the cool kids table, to try to get him away from me, in my opinion. And Aldo made his choice, I guess. I haven't seen either of them online in 4 months. And yeah, maybe they did have another falling out. I had another comment recently on my River Phoenix video from somebody poking fun at the name Alexandria of Macedonia, asking maybe the cloning centers Donald Marshall was talking about are not physical places, but places in the astral realm. And has anyone ever thought of that, he says? And it's like, yeah, obviously, years ago. You know, I've been making videos about that often, but Donald denies it straight up. One of my last interactions with Aldo was basically just a comment on one of his videos about Cloud Atlas. That was a weird friggin' movie, and the book's even weirder. As far as Aldo himself, the last real interaction I had made a video defending him against somebody named Don Perninian who was attacking him. I don't know if that was that Scooby-Doo guy again. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, if you have to operate from a place of deceit, rolling up phony sock puppets accounts, you're a goof. And like I said before, I'll say it again, I never had any beef with Aldo, but I do got legitimate beef with Donald. I also agree that it sucks that people like that, whatever, Carly Noel and other people are trying to get rich off this with GoFund accounts. And as Aldo says, you know, talking about monetizing his channel, which I'll get to in the clip, it's like, I had my channel monetized basically for beer money. But those days are long gone, since YouTube outright demonetized me months ago for daring to call out the Zionist bankers and bringing up Flat Earth. But since I don't focus solely on the cloning centers topic, I make videos about all sorts of topics. And so, as far as this beef with Donald goes, it just seems it keeps sucking me back in.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Our true enemy has not yet shown his face.
But that being said, my beef with Donald should be kept separate from everyone else. And that's not an unreasonable request on my part, as far as I'm concerned. So ultimately, I guess the point of this video, this meme I made, or this Facebook comment that I just took a screen capture of, is basically, like I was saying, I was watching Aldos' last live stream from a few months ago, and they were talking about all the music that was supposedly written by Donald Marshall, this whole cloning center topic. And as I was saying, after my 4-year feud with Donald, I've broken it down to these 5 theories, okay? Yeah, number 1. Donald is just a lonely, damaged man looking for some attention, maybe even mentally unbalanced, and lying about everything he's talking about, or just mimicking things he's heard about and read about online. Now, I personally don't believe that. I think he's being used in some way to push the alien agenda, but we'll get to that in a second. And so number 2, he's telling the truth to a certain degree as he sees it, maybe even MKUltra programmed to believe a certain version of the truth to defeat the lie detector test, so to speak. But number 3, maybe he is telling the truth as he sees it to a certain degree, but as some kind of Freemason prophesized Luciferian super poet, Nephilim, I guess, I don't know, to be used in end times to mesmerize the masses with the music. Could be. Number 4, like number 3, but also combining the theory that he's been replaced by a clone in 2012 and that the real Donald Marshall is long dead. But number 5, and this is the theory that I put the most weight in, is that it's actually many, many, many thousands of different people being used for ideas at cloning centers, and he's either lying or programmed to think he's the only one, or the only one being primarily used, whether unknown or unbeknownst to him, all to create this mysterious false prophet, super poet iconography to lure people in. Also with the celebrities tweeting him or hinting about cloning center stuff in their videos, lending an even more credibility, there's obviously something to this story. But those celebrities are probably under orders just to agree with whatever they're told. Follow orders or else, to play along in the first place. But who knows? However, as I was saying, in conclusion, my opinion is that the entire primary objective is to push the alien agenda, Freemason zeitgeist propaganda, panspermia lie, that aliens made us, not God, all so that the Anunnaki-Palladian war could be funded by getting us to mine gold. However, all the while it's leading people away from Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and God the Father in heaven, and the Bible. So there's that. But like I said before, and I'll say it again here, this slide here is proofs, many citations that the Bible is legitimate, and that all the propaganda, Gnostic Freemason lies, trying to change it, or add to it, or twist it, I won't have any of that. And if you are too scared to look at these citations, then I pray for you, because you need help. You need a lot of help. So anyway, let's get to this clip. I just thought it was interesting, them talking about all these songs. And as I said before to Aldo, and I'll say it again, if this goes sideways, and the celebrities do decide to start suing or this, that, or the other thing, it won't be Donald who takes the fall for it ultimately. It's going to be all these people lending their voice and doing live streams on his behalf, because they're the face to his little movement. And so they're also the targets. Like guys like Aldo, I think that's why he stopped doing these videos. He realized he could be sued. He could be like hit with legal measures if they wanted to. And the whole idea of any of this, I mean, if you don't have proof, I wouldn't even open my mouth in the first place. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, there's what I can prove and what I can speculate. And all my citations in the description section below, they get into that. But this topic of the cloning centers in general, for the most part, to me, is speculation. Because as an MKUltra victim, I know something similar to what Donald is saying is going on, because I have memories of stuff going on there too, and it's really hanky. But I'm not going to assert it. I'm not willing to die on that hill in case I'm wrong. So, that being said, let's watch this clip. You can make up your own mind, and I'll just say, peace out, baby.
Okay, guys, this week we're going to talk about Don's music. Okay? I know Don doesn't like to brag about, hey, what's up, Sarah Smith? Don don't like to brag about his music. The most important thing about the information coming out is, obviously, to get the information out about the cloning. Don will see it. Hey, what's up, Don? About the cloning, the chip heads in the Brill. vitamin C. I gotta have some. I started making a list of some of the stuff that Donald has written, you know, and it just, I mean, the list is endless. The list is endless of some of the songs that that Donald has produced over the years down in the cloning centers. Okay, and so what I thought I would do, since I stopped listening to the it's a lot, yes it is. What I thought I would do was go over a couple of the songs that I'm familiar with that sort of got me going, that was written by Donald. And you guys could post links and we could actually probably listen to some of the stuff. How long were you producing music for, Don? From like from the age of 10 to like the age of 30, right? Was it about 20 years of music? Like, and every night, how many songs would you produce in a night? Like 2, 3, 5, 10, depending on, you know, how much they pushed you. You know, a person writing a song in real life, in regular life, it's not a big deal because you find inspiration, you feel good about something, you love your girlfriend, you love your dog, you love your house, whatever, and you write a song about it, all right? But the difference between writing a song, you know, just like for your own enjoyment or for out of your own inspiration, and what Donald was put through is a big difference because, you see, they basically, when he ran out of ideas, they tortured him. They put him under the point of a knife and pushed him to that place where, I don't know if any of you ever been to this place, but it's a place within yourself that when you are tortured and pushed and just constantly under stress, that you find a place within you of inner strength and inner solidity, like power, okay? And that's where you draw your strength from. And they continuously pushed Donald to go there all the time, you know? Yes, they put you in it. Yes, at first, yeah, this is what Donald says. He says, not at first, only when I couldn't think them up that easily, it gave an urgency through terror and pain to do it, yes. So they pushed him to this place where he was, you know, where you got to pull something out of yourself that you never knew you had. You have to find an inner strength that you never knew you had before. Okay, that's why I got a lot of respect for Donald, because he was pushed all, like, continuously to that place of finding that inner strength, you know, and coming out with these creative songs. Now, let's see here. Let me see my list over here. I'm just going to go through this list a little bit here. Here, Donald says, after a while, the freaks just turned me into a torture circus show. They were jealous and angry at how I had insulted them. Right? Yeah. PJ Tucker, still writing songs? No, PJ, he's not writing songs right at this point. But just to give you a basic list, I mean, I just started writing a list. I didn't even really get into it too much, but I spent a couple hours and I was listening to, actually, you know what you got to listen to? Listen to the soundtrack from Skyrim, the video game called Skyrim. You wrote that, right, Don? That stuff is freaking, that's some epic shit. You got like medieval dance stuff in there. You got epic battle music. You got this mellow, peaceful landscape kind of stuff. You know, that's got a whole array. If you really want to see how creative Donald is, listen to the Skyrim. He says, I made almost all of it. Yeah. Dude, can you tell me which was the, I remember once you told me that you made a Skyrim song while you fell asleep at the cloning center and you thought you were at home and you fell asleep and you were just trying to imagine music that was peaceful to yourself, and they actually recorded it through Mind Voice. What was that song? Because I remember you told me about that a while back, and I forgot what the name of the song was, and I was listening to the Skyrim soundtrack today trying to figure out which one it was. Yes, half of it I didn't even know I was at cloning. I had laid in the dirt and drifted off. Yeah, that's all Donald's music. Most of it. Probably about, what, like 90%? Lots of the Skyrim soundtrack. Yeah, and a lot of it's freaking awesome, man. And let me ask you this. When you're thinking up a song in Mind Voice, is that the actual product that goes out, or is it transcribed into, you know, notes, and then they give it to a symphony orchestra, and then the orchestra plays it? Is that how it works? Because some of this stuff is really amazing. It's really good. No, they redo it. Oh, they redo it. Okay. Yeah, so they record it with a symphony. Don thinks up the ideas, thought up the ideas, and they put in some. Here, just a couple of lists of some of the songs. Yeah, they redo it in the studio, okay? So he thinks up the melodies, the harmony, the melody, and then they redo it in the studio, you know, to make it sound spot on. Now, here's just a small list, 4 pages. Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. These Dreams by Heart. Most of all David Foster songs. You heard of this guy? He writes like Broadway stuff and shit like that. Neo, N-E-Y-O. The Foo Fighters. Madonna, Metallica. Iron Maiden, AC/DC, most old Def Leppard songs, Kenny Rogers, Never Ending White Lights, Billy Corgan. I gotta tell you something about Billy Corgan. Yeah, we get some mods in here. A Real Clone Voice was in the song Where'd You Go by Fort Minor. Let's see. Where'd You Go by Fort Minor. I got to tell you something about Billy Corgan. I worked with Billy Corgan at the, I think it was the Live Earth show, and I heard him singing, and I was like, this guy's fucking tone deaf, Billy Corgan. I'm like, how the fuck did this guy get here? Oh, he's using Donald's material. Donald says his voice joins in halfway through in this song, about halfway through. It's a short song. It's already about halfway through. It's about, it's a 3-minute song, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That was Fort Minor, Where'd You Go with? You could actually hear Donald's voice in there, singing along at the chorus at the end there, right? Was it also Double and the Rapper Guy? Oh, that was Jay-Z? Okay. Okay, here I'll continue with the list. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, most of their hits. Okay, another one that victimized you. Jay-Z, yeah, Jay-Z out here, he's a piece of shit. Rihanna, she's like a total fucking slur. Just about all of Nirvana, except one song called Curmudgeon. Pat Benatar, System of a Down, all of Lady Gaga stuff. All of Nelly Furtado's stuff, the Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, Daniel Bellingfield. See, there's a lot of people I haven't heard of. Celine Dion, some of her songs. Alice in Chains, almost all of their songs. Actually, the name Alice in Chains is about Donald, like Alice in Wonderland, but Alice in Chains, chained in the cloning center. Okay. Shakira, Airplanes by B.O.B. featuring Haley, and Eminem. My writing is chicken scratch. I'm sorry, guys. Akron, Metallica, Unforgiven was written by Donald. Offspring, you're gonna so flocked. You're gonna go far, kid. Yeah, I can't even read my own writing. All songs by The Fray, and he actually named The Fray too. Gotye, somebody I used to know, Gotye. I don't know how to pronounce that. Everything from Beyonce and Rihanna. Jessie J. There's an interesting story about how he did a Barbra Streisand song called Duck Sauce, where they Donald did a song for what was the guy for Patrick Swayze, I think, to help him with cancer, for his cancer thing, and it turned out really well. And then they said, "Oh, you got to do a song for was it for Patrick Swayze? I forget." But anyway, they made him do a song for Barbra Streisand, and he made them promise that he made the Queen swear on her crown that no matter what, that the song would go out as written. And the song's called Duck Sauce for Barbra Streisand, right? Duck Sauce. And he wrote it, and it was not, he purposely didn't make it a great song, just to piss her off, just to piss him off. And then Barbara Streisand was like slapping him and shit at the cloning center, and then he got beat up by 3 guys, and he was laughing his ass off the whole time. And that's the whole song, Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, that's a pisser. Okay. What was that? All right. How about Donnie by Ace of Base? All right, let's try that one. Donnie by Ace of Base. See, I could do this because my channel's not monetized, guys. And it's for the purposes of education and discussion. Donnie, Ace of Base. And back to the list here. Let's see. Barbara Streisand, Duck Sauce, all right, The Messenger, The Tea Party, Hypocrisy, Slave to Parasites, Casting Crowns, Set Me Free. Now, Casting Crowns is supposed to be a Christian band, you know. And I kind of always knew that a lot of these Christian bands were like phonies, you know, that they're just not really believing in God, but they're just in it for the money, that they couldn't make it in a real business. And so Casting Crowns, Set Me Free. I listened to that one. Yes, lots of these. I knew that just from hearing them. I was like, this is not a, you know, I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? On some of them songs, I was just like, damn. And it seemed like to be the pop formula. You know, the basic pop formula of verse, chorus, second verse, chorus. I mean, of course, intro, verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, middle 8, chorus, outro. You know, the basic pop song formula. You know, letting them Christian. You know, the one Christian guy I thought was great was Rich Mullins. You know, he was the real thing. You never wrote none of his, did you? Don't tell me you did. All right. Drain You by Nirvana. Oh, and all the Nirvana stuff. Radiohead, Karma Police, the Boondocks, Abaddon, Monster. Oh, there's this one song called Abaddon. The Vril like this, and they dance to it. You want to hear that? You guys want to hear that? What the Vril like to dance to? Like if you ever get attacked by Vril, maybe you want to play this song? I don't know if that's gonna fly, but let's try it. Let's see. Let's see. Scarecrow, here it is. Got it. Oh, this is it, yeah. This is the one the Vril like to dance to. Let's go back to the list now. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, Alicia Keys, most of her songs. Now, here's one song that I'm familiar with because when I was in a band back in the day, they made us play this song. We played this song called Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down. I played it with my band called Cat House. We only lasted 2 gigs because the singer was a fucking cokehead and he stole all the money and sniffed it up his nose. Matt Mays and the El Torpedo, Cocaine Cowgirl, Dime Mannequin, Bad Medicine, Seether, Broken featuring Amy Lee, Truth. I mean, the list is endless, guys. It's just endless. Big Wreck, that song, Hinder, Lips of an Angel, 3 Days Grace, Just Like You. All Nirvana songs except Curmudgeon. Bryan Adams. Which one did you do for Bryan Adams? Probably the later stuff. I remember listening. See, Bryan Adams was more closer to the time when I was listening to the radio because I stopped. Lots of Bryan Adams. Okay, I did lots of Bryan Adams songs. I stopped listening. Personally, I stopped listening to radio around 92. And I started getting into like more my own shit and also music of, you know, I listened to like Blues Traveler and stuff like that. Christian music I was listening to, Stephen Curtis Chapman and Rich Mullins and all those guys. And yeah, even like even his earlier stuff too, like Straight from the Heart. What was that song? Straight from the Heart. Give it to me straight from the heart. I remember that. That was like one of his first hits, Straight from the Heart. Bryan Adams. You made that too? Oh, wow. Okay. Dude, I love that song. Holy shit. So Bryan Adams was a sellout piece of shit too. Wow. See, I didn't even know that. Singing to Elizabeth. Oh, that was one of the serenade songs for Elizabeth. Okay. Straight from the Heart by Bryan Adams. How about that? Miley Cyrus, Start All Over. The new Sitter, Dead End Countdown, Olive, You're Not Alone, Alice in Chains. And I ran out of time, guys, because, you know, obviously, you know, you guys know I work full time pretty much, and I ran out of time just writing down the list. And there's tons and tons and tons and tons of songs. Listen to the song is going to put it in a different interpretation to it. Now, with the song Silent Lucidity, Don told me that that song is about droning, and he don't like that song, so I'm not going to play it. But to me, when I first heard that song, I thought it was about celestial beings watching over me. Like, we'll be watching over you, we're going to help you see it through, we'll protect you in the night, I'm smiling next to you in silent lucidity. Like, I'm, you know, and I thought that was you know, when I first heard that song, that impacted me. Like, I heard that song and I knew something was going on. And when I heard that voice saying, help me, I knew deep inside myself that there was somebody needed my help. Instinctive. I don't know if it was because of latent memories or because, you know, I had been in the cloning center, but I knew something was up when I heard that song. You know, I knew something was up. Yeah, like a message in a bottle, right? Yes, exactly. Another song where you could actually hear, let's see. I just wanted to play this one a little bit. And this one's kind of obvious. It's an obvious one, that Heart, These Dreams. This song I heard a ton of times on the radio. You guys probably heard this song. This was when I was still listening to the radio. I heard this song a million times. And it's clear and obvious that it's about the cloning and, you know, these dreams, when I close my eyes, every second of the night I live another life. That's the chorus, you know. And this is for purposes of education and discussion. Yeah, he's written so many songs. He says, no Joan Jett, I don't think so. Hard to remember the ones from when I was really young, Donald says. Because, you know, it's like you write so many songs and, you know, after you forget more songs than you actually friggin', you know what I mean, remember. Because there's just so many of them. Donald says this song is about Brill drinking your blood, and that Kurt Cobain was a junkie, and he was not nice at all. Courtney Love, You Know My Name. Okay. Hold on, I'll find it. Bring the shame. I'll bring the shame. I'll bring the truth. You'll know my name. Right? Those are the lyrics that Donald put in there. Okay, guys. Donald says, look up on Pro Boards. There's many more. The Pro Boards, I believe we got a link over here already. Yes, and Kurt Cobain is a clone of GTG488W, has Vercingetorix. You see that name over there? If you want to look up that name. And now there's not any pictures from way back then, but there is a statue. There is a statue of Vercingetorix. There's a picture of the statue, and if you look at that statue, it looks just like Kurt Cobain. It's the spitting image of Kurt Cobain, you know. Vercingetorix, Vercingetorix. Look up that name and look at the picture of that statue. Obviously, you know, it's not a perfect likeness because a statue is a statue. Yeah, there you go. And look at that picture, and you'll see that it's spitting image of Kurt Cobain. Donald says Courtney wasn't talking about herself. Yeah, obviously not, because she's just a piece of poo-poo. Okay, that was Jenny O, Auto Mechanic by Donald Marshall again. Beautiful melody, you know, and some hints in there. What was it about? Hold on, let me just X this off. Well, yeah, it says in there's a couple of lines in there that are kind of significant, you know. Good night. All right, Don, we'll talk Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to head out. Got to go to work. Guys, have a good one. Thank you so much. Everybody go to the Pro Boards Forum, Donald says. Go to the Pro Boards Forum, people. And check out the music. Tons and tons and tons of it. Like, the list is forever. Oh, I got a police car up here. Gotta get this thing out of the way. Hold on. Oh, uh-oh. Alrighty. Bye-bye, guys.